I'm excited to have this town hall style debate. I'm going to turn the time back over to Ken. Ken, thank you.
Thanks, Ken. In the absence of Senator Hatch, we'll move on to the first question. Traveling across the state, we've noticed that citizens are concerned about debt and spending. What will be your plan to address these issues? We'll start with you first, Senator Hatch.
I'm the author of the Balanced Budget Constitutional Amendment. I brought it to the floor 13 times. We actually passed it back in the 80s under Reagan. We actually passed it, then the House killed it. I have to say that twice I got it within one vote. In 1997, I had 67 votes as I walked to the floor to make the final arguments for the Balanced Budget Constitutional Amendment, and I was informed that John Hines of Pennsylvania had flipped on us because he was afraid of the unions who threatened to destroy his chances for re-election. We lost that. Can you imagine? Had we passed that amendment, we wouldn't be in the awful shape we are today.
You know, I was actually in the gallery in 1997 when Senator Hatch came to debate the Balanced Budget Amendment. And I tell you, I could not have been more proud of Senator Hatch at that time. He was articulate, he was fearless on that issue. But I wish that Balanced Budget Amendment would have passed. Because it was just a few months later that Senator Hatch and Ted Kennedy created National Children's Health Care, which cost us $100 billion over 10 years. It was later in 2003 when the Republicans, President Bush, Orrin Hatch, and others created the largest expansion of entitlement programs in the history of this country with the passage of Medicare Part D. That bill alone had $16 trillion of long-term debt. In the last 10 years, he's voted multiple times to raise the debt ceiling, adding $5.3 trillion to our debt. So I wish that Balanced Budget Amendment would have passed because it would have changed his own votes. Now, folks, in this race, I'm telling you, you cannot hold the Balanced Budget Amendment in one hand and pass legislation in the other that makes it impossible to balance the budget. Is that I will bring forward reforms, not just amendments, to balance the budget. I will tackle entitlement programs. I am running on entitlement reform, not away from it. And I'm going to work to make sure we have the reforms in place so we can balance the budget and get to a balanced budget amendment.